When we began to consider the idea of holding a summit, we began to look at industries that really needed to be spotlighted and would benefit from the attention that they got. And we felt really that given the history and the great legacy that Utah has in digital media, that this would be a great industry because we have that history and capacity, but we haven't paid a lot of attention to it. It's overlooked. These are kind of quieter people, quieter businesses, yet they do great things. So our vision was, let's come together, let's celebrate our achievements, let's put a spotlight on the good work that's being done at the university and business level. Let's give these industry people a chance to meet and be proud of what they do and network and benefit themselves.
Utah should be recognized as the center of the digital media industry. This summit will help do that. It will celebrate the success of Utah's digital media businesses, its educational programs, and increase understanding of and promote support needed to start and grow these businesses.
When I started my company, I started it in Silicon Valley, and it turned out that there was a huge infrastructure of companies that actually supported startups. So there were tax accountants, there were health insurance providers, there were real estate brokers that all had experience with dealing with startups, and that infrastructure is really, really important because you do need a much broader support group than your own company, and I think this conference is trying to seed that kind of support group for Utah. For people who want to start new businesses or who have new ideas, it's an extremely fertile environment. The landscape is sort of open, the tools are there, the opportunities are there. All you need to do is get a little money, start a business, work hard, and have people love your product. And if you satisfy all of those things, you can be a success.
I gotta be honest, I'm really surprised how good this event is. Like, I was excited to come to it, but I've been moving, so haven't really been that focused. But from the moment I got here, I was just like, wow, there's everybody I could ever want to talk to, and I can get answers for all the questions that I have, and I don't know who to talk to about. And it's been great. I've loved it.
It's events like this is why you have the improvements that you do that we're seeing. It's events like this is why you have open source code, why you have Linux, why you have the progression that you're seeing. It's people get together, they talk about what can be, and they don't really worry right now about, well, can we afford this? Let's figure out how it works. And let's get everybody into it. Let's build a community. So whether it's physical or whether it's online, it's very important to get people together.
For me, it was kind of surprising in that for a first-time event, it seems like these guys are seasoned pros. I mean, you'd think there'd be more technical glitches. It's more kind of like, oh, shoot, but everything has gone on so well that I'm like, geez, this is only the first time you've done this.
I do a lot of these type of events, whether they're for a local economy or more kind of broad-based events that I do at the academy or for organizations like SIGGRAPH. Once you get the conversations going, it's really kind of bringing the nuclear mass together within a community, and people can start saying, hey, this is interesting, we didn't think about this, and we could do this too. Or, you know what, I didn't know you were doing this, and I'm doing this, and we should start talking. So it's a lot of it is just pulling those very disparate conversations together in one place. That's the value of these types of summits.
We don't know what the challenges are going to be in 3 to 5 years. We don't know what tools we're going to be using to solve those challenges. But we do know that to solve those challenges, we need to create emotion and story.
I think there's a tremendous value because they can network with people that may not realize that there are other people doing the same type of work or in the same industry. It's taken us a long time to get our arms around what exactly is digital media and how all-encompassing it is, whether it's health sciences or the motion picture industry. I'm in travel and tourism. We use the applications in so many different ways. And I think people around the state can benefit each other by attending a conference like this, and then you overlay the outstanding presenters that they've had. It's just been fantastic. I think one of the things that I've noticed in the different panels, and certainly to be expanded on, I'm sure next year, is this thing called digital media is so all-encompassing.
As always, success requires great product and great execution. And you've got to be the right product, well executed, probably at the right time. I guess the reason I didn't include it time is I feel like this is a great time. There's a lot of appetite out there for new stuff. And then the other thing is really focus on the consumer. What's that consumer experience going to be like? What consumer problem are you trying to solve? Or are you providing entertainment? What is it that you're doing for the consumer? Be able to answer that question quickly.
You cannot downplay the importance of being educated when it comes to even what I do with incentives. A lot of times there's misinformation flying around out there, and if you come to something like the Pushbutton Summit, you're going to clarify a lot of the information that's flying around. You'll get it directly from the source.
I wouldn't be here in Utah unless I saw growth. Utah is a great place to the industry centers in motion media. You're an hour and a half away from Los Angeles. It's a better lifestyle, and the talent here is there. It just needs to be used. So I'm looking forward to tremendous growth in Utah, and hopefully soon. The initiatives by the government and the corporations and the foundations to push this is the right idea. It is the right idea.
Well, I think that, and I've been to a couple of these events that focus on technology. I think what you get is a broader perspective, depending on what you go to, on how different facets of the digital industry impact what you may do, because people come here from all walks of life, right? And I think that if it's a good conference, they walk away inspired. They walk away going, how did they do that? That was so cool. I'm going to reference that in my next presentation. I'm going to tell somebody that story. People walk away wanting to share. And if you can do that, it doesn't matter what the topic is. I think that you've hit it,
Well, I've talked to a lot of people over the course of the last 2 days, and everybody that I talked to was really impressed with the professionalism of the conference and the way it brought together artists, technologists, entrepreneurs, big company guys. This is really what we were trying to do, I think, with a conference like this, is let folks figure out who all the players are in the industry, what they're doing, and identify opportunities for collaboration, and I really think we accomplished those objectives.
Videotape was introduced in the mid-50s commercially, and from that point to today, there were over 75 different formats, and none of them were upward or downward compatible. And that, unfortunately, is the trap we're falling into and the path we're following into the digital world today.
We're really excited about the opportunities in digital media. We are the company that we're looking to explore in that area, and what a fantastic opportunity to see how companies are getting funded, how they're getting started, how to make connections and network through a meeting like this.
The Pushbutton Summit's got a life beyond this, and this is a great start to it, and we will learn a lot this time around and learn how to make it grow in the future. There's lots of partners, lots of other pieces that we could bring into this, but this is a great start.
After 2 days, looking back at what we tried to accomplish, I'm very pleased. What we're doing here.